Good evening, Pine-Richland, and welcome to PR Stadium. Tonight, your Pine-Richland Rams are going to face the Seneca Valley Raiders. Good evening, everybody. This is Aaron Kayla here. Alongside me to my left is Brian Kerp, and along to my right is the legend Ben Lambert. Tonight, we're going to give you all of the action for tonight's game. It is a hot and stuffy night here at PR Stadium, but the Rams and the Raiders are definitely going to clash in an epic 6A battle tonight. Let's turn it over to Brian Kerp here. Brian, can you tell us just some information about the Rams so far this season?
So far, Aaron, the Rams are 1-1. They're 1-0 against the Whippeal teams. They opened, I guess you can call it week 0 against St. Edwards out in Ohio.
That's right.
They lost to them by 1 point, 28-27. The Rams really fought hard in that game. And then last week, they won by 11 points, 42-31 to Mount Lebanon down in the South Hills.
So, Brian, were there other schools that were doing the same thing that Pine-Richland did that first week against, was it St. Edwards?
Well, if you remember Central Catholic, they got beat pretty well by another powerhouse. So it's kind of becoming a tradition for, well, maybe not a tradition, but yeah,
something to start the season out. Okay.
Yeah.
Turned over here to the legend. Ben, can you give us a little bit of insight about tonight's game against the Raiders?
Well, Aaron, tonight's game is a orange out in honor of Kyle Palmerlow, passed away of cancer in 2014, brain cancer. I know how challenging it was, relearning to walk.
Yeah, because you're also a cancer survivor.
Yeah, and it was tough, so I definitely know how he felt, and I actually reached out to him, and I was just be positive and just keep fighting. Don't listen to what they're saying. Just keep going.
Right.
And
what about our student section tonight? What are they doing to kind of represent Kyle?
Well, orange was his favorite color, and you know, they're the PR student section. They'll do anything.
And if we can maybe get a couple shots throughout the game, you're going to notice that not only the student section, but also members of the community are wearing orange.
Yeah.
So tell us, what are going to be some things we're going to expect tonight between the Rams and the Raiders?
Well, what I'm watching is, I'm on the defensive side of the ball, I'm watching Tanner Douglas. This guy had a couple picks last week. I want to see how he responds. He had the game-clinching interception. It was unfortunately was not a touchdown as originally he thought it was. I had a chance to visit with him. And I had a chance to visit with Tommy Camino and Phil Dracovic on the offensive side of the ball. And they told me that they thought perimeter blocking was going to be the key here when running the ball against this team. And obviously Phil Dracovic knows how to run, and he'll run people over.
Yeah, that's the truth. I don't know if you guys have both heard, but from what I read and heard about Phil Dracovic, and we're not going to try to make this the Phil Dracovic game, but it's hard to ignore the fact I think he's one of the top 5, top 10 quarterbacks in the country. Okay, not the state. We're talking the country.
Yeah,
and I don't know, what have you heard, Brian?
Well, those of you that haven't heard already, he's committed to the University of Notre Dame. That's a powerhouse football program, and he's showed that so far in the first 2 games. He's 41 for 62 with 637 yards with 4 touchdowns. But wait, it doesn't end there. He can also run the ball, so he's dual threat. He has 36 carries for 221 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Wow.
That's spectacular.
And that's just after 2 weeks?
Yeah, only 2 weeks.
Holy moly. Well, sounds like we got definitely a player to watch, but also, like Ben, you were talking about Tanner Douglas stepping up on the defensive side of the game.
Grant Kerrigan.
Okay.
Went to Las Vegas his first 3 years, freshman, sophomore, junior year. Spent some time last year in West Virginia. New addition for us, 6'7".
6'7".
He got his hand on a ball week 1 against the St. Edwards Eagles, so we'll see how he does today. But I'm looking for him to clog up the running lanes and hopefully cause some havoc in the passing game.
Well, from the stats you just shared, and definitely the wide experience he has from the different programs, and I'll argue this all day, Western Pennsylvania football, high school football, is one of the best in the country, so it's awesome to have him here at Pine-Richland. So we're just underway here. They just had the coin toss, and it looks like the Rams are going to receive. And Ben, didn't you mention that that's something that?
Yes, I talked to Phil. I visited with Phil the week of the St. Edward's game, and he told me that if we could get up early, and put as many points on the board as we can, we're going to do that. And unfortunately, they lost the coin toss that week, but
Well, it's a 50-50 chance every time.
But I mean, it was nice to know that they came out and scored in the second half, first drive of the second half of that game. So it was nice to know that they could play it both ways and they can have success.
Awesome. And let's just see if we can get that game going both ways. So Brian, obviously tonight, hot sticky night. Do you think that's going to do anything for both teams?
Well, you know, they got to stay hydrated. I run cross country for Pine-Richland. As we know, our coach tells us all the time that you got to keep hydrated. So they're going to have some plays. They got to get on and off the field as quick as they can and get some water in them. Stay hydrated.
All right. Well, we'll definitely see the water bottles getting used quite a lot tonight. So both teams are on the field. The Rams are out to receive. Back deep to receive for the Rams are Jesse Meckler and Brandon Belay. And the Raiders are still in the huddle, getting ready to break the huddle. Got a packed house here tonight as well. Everyone's braving the humidity.
A lot of orange.
Pine-Richland, #2 student section in Western Pennsylvania.
First factoid of the year.
Number one. Number one to us.
All right, and here we go for the Raiders. We got Dylan Good to kick off, and the ball is going to bounce in and out of the end zone, and the Rams are just going to let it go for a touchback.
So other than Phil Dracovic running the ball, they got Jesse Meckler with 91 yards total this season and Jordan Crawford with 80. And some receivers to keep an eye out for. Raymond Falcone is their leading receiver with 2 touchdowns and 262 yards. So keep an eye on him, as well as Jordan Crawford, Tyler King, and Jason DeFrancis.
And the Rams offense, thank you, Brian, for that information there.
Looks like Seneca Valley out in a 4-3 defensive look.
Well, they're going to have to. Dracovic in the gun. Get used to hearing that tonight. Pass, and the pass is caught and run up the middle right away. And Crawford is off to the races. He broke 3 or 4 tackles. Isn't taken down until, let's see where they spot it. They're going to spot him at around the 28-yard line.
That was a nice shoestring tackle there, saving a touchdown on the first play.
We got a flag though, guys.
By Brock Greasock, senior for the Raiders.
Let's see what the call is here. He threw it kind of late. What a way to open the game for the Rams.
Jordan Crawford, nicknamed Go-Go, is his niece. All she heard in the student section was them yelling go, go, go when he had the ball, and she thought that his name was Go-Go.
And the penalty is going to be against the Raiders.
So after the penalty, it's 1st and 10 for your Rams from the Seneca Valley 23-yard line.
So it's 1st and 10 on the 23-yard line. And they hand the ball off this time, and not getting much on that run there was Jesse Meckler. So the Rams, after a 53-yard play, get pushed back for a loss. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, it looks like they're stuffing the box here, trying to get Phil to beat them with his arm.
And they hand the ball off. No, it's a fake. And the pass is thrown up the middle to Crawford. Crawford is in for the Rams touchdown.
What a post pattern there by Jordan Crawford. Just ran about, looked like 10 yards out. Beat that corner, beat that safety, it looked like there. And there's 6 on the board early for the Rams. Just the way they like to start it.
Already made a mistake. That was Falcone with the touchdown. Chris Hanlon in for the Rams to try for the point after. There's a snap and hold. The kick is up. It's low. but it is good. So with 11:17 remaining in the first quarter, Rams strike early. It's now 7-0 Rams. So Brian, what can you say about that drive?
Well, nice start to the drive, no doubt, by Jordan Crawford. Long run. And Ben, you pretty much called it there. They're going to have to force Phil to throw it over the top, and he did just that to Raymond Falcone for 6 early points, and Chris Hanlon with the PAT through the uprights.
Definitely with Phil's size, throwing over the top's not going to be a real problem. So now it comes out the Rams kicking team, and eventually we're going to see how they're going to do on the defensive side. So we'll see
Mr. Cook
with the legend here, as he called at the beginning of the game, to see how this defense reacts. So I'll be interested to see myself.
That game last week against Mount Lebanon was back and forth until pretty much the last 5 minutes of the game. The Rams really pulled ahead, and as I said earlier, they won 42-31. So if their defense can hold the Raiders, they'll get the win, of course.
The Rams break the huddle.
Kicking off for the Rams.
Chris Hanlon on the kick for the Rams. Having a little discussion with the referee there. So everything's okay, and there's a kick. And the kick's going to be caught at about the 15-yard line. And the Raiders got a hole. He's got another man to beat, but he's eventually brought down and taken down at about the 42, 43-yard line. So a pretty nice return there for the Raiders as they start their offensive drive. Luke Meckler with the return there for
The tackle.
the tackle.
And the Raiders in good field position. 1st and 10.
So it's going to be 1st and 10. They're going to spot the ball at the 45.
Marked on the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 Raiders.
And they hand the ball off right away and run the ball.
And
Hank
ball carrier
Royal
number 21, Hank Royal, the senior for the Raiders, crosses the 40 to about the 39.
for the Raiders there, picks up a couple yards.
Hank Royal had a monster game last year for the Raiders against the Rams here at Pine-Richland Stadium.
So it's going to be 2nd and 6. Ball at the 39 of the Rams. And they hand the ball off again. And Royal is going to be brought down after picking up the 1st down. So 2 runs, 1st down there for the Raiders. And the ball is going to be on the 32 of the Rams with 10:32 left in the 1st quarter. From the shotgun, and we got a whistle. Jack Cook, senior quarterback for the Raiders.
also involved in Seneca Valley basketball.
And we got a false start on the Raiders, so gonna move the ball back 5 yards. Still have the 1st down though. Cook in the shotgun. Sidecar to his right. Fakes the handoff, drops back to pass. He's pressured and the pass is thrown and caught. Caught by number 10, Jacob Hall. So a real nice catch there by Hall, and an even nicer play there by Cook to get the throw off before he was met in the backfield. So 1st down, the ball's on the 20 of the Rams. So 1st and 10 on the 20. So Cook back in the shotgun still. Sidecar to his right. Got Panofsky in motion. And they hand the ball off to Royal. And he's hit pretty early, but he's still able to pick up 1 or 2 yards. Tyler King with the stop there for the Rams. So pickup of 2. 2nd down and 8 for the Raiders. And Cook remains in the shotgun.
Cover.
Takes a snap, scrambles to his right, looks downfield, he's still running, still scrambling, throws to the end zone, and just off the hand of his receiver, incomplete pass.
Nice coverage there by Tanner Douglas.
So Luke Smith with the pass attempt.
Good example of how Jack Cook can elude pressure. He's not quite the Phil Dracovic, but he can run, and you can't bring this guy down with arm tackles. You got to gang tackle him.
Neiman Nowitzki was going after him, but he was tripped up there, so it's allowed him to get that pass off.
Cook in the shotgun. It's 3rd down and 8, and fakes the handoff to Rowan. He scrambles to his right again. He's pressured, fires to the middle of the end zone, and the ball is picked off. Raymond Falcone, who scored the touchdown for the Rams, takes one away from the Raiders, and he's brought down after picking up about 15 yards. So a big 3rd and 8 broken up by the Rams.
Just as it looked like the Raiders were going in to potentially tie this game, Raymond Falcone catches it just about on the goal line, and the Rams are back in business. It's Phil Dracovic leading them.
So 1st and 10, excuse me, 1st and 10 on their own 16 with 9:04 remaining in the 1st quarter, with the Rams still leading 7-0. Dracovic in the shotgun. And he's got Crawford to his left. And they hand the ball off to Crawford. Crawford sidesteps and runs up the middle. Nice hold in there made by the Rams offensive line. Going to be a pickup of 4 on the play.
Seems like early on the Rams have favored that inside run with Crawford, and it worked that one time, but kind of worked here too with a 4-yard gain on a 1st down.
2nd down, Dracovic back to pass, throws to the left side, and he throws a pass to Crawford. It's caught and brought down, maybe even hit for a loss. They're going to mark it as, yeah, a 1-yard loss, so it's going to be 3rd and 7 on the 19.
Nice job by Seneca Valley there, staying disciplined. One thing about the screen pass is they can fake and sometimes run a deep ball, so you don't want to jump early on that.
And Dracovic trying to, speaking of jumping early, trying to get the Raiders to jump off sides. And the Rams have quickly gone to their famous no-huddle offense, which was so effective the past several years here at Pine-Richland. Dracovic drops back to pass. He's got a receiver open, and the pass is caught, still on his feet. And a fumble, no, but they're saying he's down. So Falcone with another big catch, and he's got enough and a little bit more for the 1st down. So the Rams are moving the sticks, and they're making the officials earn their money tonight. They got to get that ball down because the no-huddle offense is in full swing. Dracovic back, pressured, he scrambles. He's got a little bit of a hole, and he cuts the corner, run up the right-hand side, and is eventually pushed and kind of run out of bounds. See where they spot the ball, and that going to move those sticks again. 1st down.
So Aaron, you were talking about that no-huddle offense. I think one of the big things about that St. Edward's game is that they were running that no-huddle. It was throwing St. Edward's off because not many high school teams can do that.
No, that's absolutely right. I mean, and you got to have not only knowledgeable players, but you also have coaches that have to really know what they're doing too. So 1st and 10 on the 50. Dracovic in the shotgun. And they hand the ball off. And Meckler is able to barrel his way up through again with a nice hold by the offensive line there for the Rams. And he's going to get a pickup of 6 yards. 2nd down and 4 on the 44 of the Raiders. Dracovic again trying to draw the Raiders off sides. Looking to the sideline. Calls in the new play. Meckler to his left. Crawford in motion. And they hand the ball off to Crawford. No, it's a QB sneak, and Jakovic just as a keeper. And his keepers aren't just small runs, everybody. That was a pickup of at least 10 yards. More than enough to move the sticks for a first down.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's no fun when you got 6'5", 200 pounds running straight at you, and that's what Phil Jakovic is.
First and 10 on the 30. High snap, handled well by Jakovic. Hands the ball off to Meckler, and he's eventually pulled down after being hit by 3 different Raiders.
See, that will go as a loss.
Yep, 1 yard loss. So second down 11 with 6:40 remaining in the first quarter. The Rams sub in some players.
That's Crawford and Cambele.
Jakovic remains in the shotgun. He's got 5 receivers lined up. And he fires, and the pass is caught by Crawford. He sidestepped one, and we got a flag right after the play.
Griesach on that stop again, saving potentially a touchdown.
Crawford's able to pick up around 15 yards. It looks like the legend's thinking it's a face mask. Personal foul there. Wasn't a face mask, but definitely a personal foul.
Yeah, you talked about earlier, Aaron, about the weather, and I think that this no-huddle offense has got to be getting the Seneca Valley defense. The weather, it's hot, and they have to hustle up, and it's definitely not easy.
Having to scramble to get into the huddle, line up, definitely is going to wear on them. Jakovic snaps, fires the end zone, and just through the hands of Falcone. It wasn't a whistle after the play, but it's going to bring up second down and 8 on the 8-yard line.
Falcone looked like he was running a little shallow little slant pattern there, and the ball just sailed right through his hands.
So the clock will stop, 6:02 remaining. Jakovic with under center for the first time tonight. Throws a jump ball to Falcone,
Nice
and he
catch.
is in for the touchdown. What a beautiful pass by Jakovic, and a nice reception by Falcone.
Number 2 for him tonight. Second touchdown of the night for him. He's been the first star for the Rams so far. He had that interception. He had that touchdown on the first drive, and now he's got a touchdown here.
He's having one of those nights where the ball just finds him.
His 4th touchdown of the year, and he's continuing to build that yardage as the Rams' leading receiver.
And then with the point after, kick is up. It was low, but it's good.
Might have been blocked there.
Maybe he got a hand on it or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But regardless, with 5:58 remaining in the first quarter, it is now the score. Your Rams 14, Seneca Valley 0.
Yeah, when talking about the extra point, I think last week the game, even though we talk extra points, they talked even in the NFL about getting rid of the extra point. I think last week was a good confidence builder for Chris, because he missed that extra point in the game against St. Edwards, and that ended up coming back to haunt them. So a great confidence builder for him.
Got a replay on that touchdown.
See a nice pass down there to the corner, and Falcone with a nice catch. Thanks to our replay crew here at PRTV.
Just real quick, going back to Hannon. Now, is this his first year kicking for the Rams?
Yes, last year it was Jake Gill.
The laser, as they used to call him.
yes.
We all remember that.
Yeah, I
So
remember.
definitely big shoes to fill.
I remember seeing him the pregame of the Mount Lebanon playoff game, and he was kicking 50-yarders in the wind.
Wow.
We all remember that win game.
Okay, and Hanlon with the kick. The ball is going to be caught at about the 10-yard line. And the Raiders are running up the field. Able to get a decent return there, up to around the 34, and we got another flag. That was well after the play ended.
Luke Meckler on the special teams side.
Just see who it's on. There's that scrum on the sideline. Still against the Rams.
Looks like a late hit potentially.
So with the penalty, instead of being at about the 38, the Raiders are going to start from their own 49. So Cook in the shotgun. And he hands the ball off to Royal. And Royal busts through and breaks all the way through, all the way up for a first down and then some. So Royal with a nice run. So pickup of 10 yards on the play, first down, and 10 on the 39. Royal in the shotgun. I'm sorry, Cook in the shotgun, hands the ball off to Royal. Royal is not being brought down. Man, he broke 2 or 3 tackles before being brought down close to the 30-yard line.
And it looked like their Rams trying. You have to gang tackle this guy, and it looked like too many arm tackle attempts. And Seneca Valley, their running backs and their quarterback Jack Cook, they're not going to go down in an arm tackle.
That kind of reminds me of Jerome Bettis, Hank Royal.
Second down and 2. And they hand the ball off to Royal again, except this time he's stuffed and dropped, and he's going to get hit for a loss.
Looked like Tyler King was in there.
Yeah, Tyler King and Sermonera pair up for that tackle.
It's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. So that's going to bring up third down and 4. And the last time the Raiders were at third down, Falcone struck with the interception. So third down and 4 in the 33. Cook in the shotgun. And he hands the ball off to Royal, and he hits the line, and he's still on his feet and brought down. It's going to be close here. See where they spot the ball. And I don't know if they're going to bring the sticks down or not. Nope, they're not. Got a good spot. So Royal gets enough, move the sticks. So it's now first and 10 on the 29 of the Rams.
First and 10 from the 29-yard line of the Rams.
Cook in the shotgun, Royal to his right, fakes it to Royal, and completes the pass to the right side of the field. Jacob Hall's able to come up with the reception. Pick up.
Sorry,
but no, that's cool. I'm just gonna say pick up 3, the legend.
Little wide receiver screen there. Nice job by the Rams staying disciplined. Last year we saw a play where they got burned on an option play, and it didn't happen there. A great play of not losing containment and getting them on that screen play.
Learning from experience. And we got a botched snap or botched call. I don't know what happened, but the Rays were able to recover.
Just a.
I don't know what happened there.
Looked like a bad snap, and Cook had no other choice. Actually, no, it looked like that was
Cook who covered the ball, but
yeah.
It could have been a backbreaker for the Raiders. Already down 14-0. You're going to give Phil Dracovic the ball back.
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
So they lost 10 yards on the play. Seneca Valley coaches can't be happy with that. So this is big third down and a long 20. And we got a flag immediately.
It's like a false start.
I don't know about you guys, but it looks like Seneca Valley's a little shook up right now.
Actually, it's on the defense.
I stand corrected. So the Rams are guilty. So the ball's going to be moved forward 5 yards. So it's still a long third down and 15 for the Raiders. Cook in the shotgun, Royal to his right. Drops back the pass, and he's rushed. And he's able to get the pass off, and it's caught by Hank Royal. And he's able to get it almost up to the 30-yard line, well short of the first down. So a pickup of 4 on the play. It's going to be 4th and 11.
Looked like Mark Wiedemann was in there, among others. Great job of gang tackling, like we said earlier.
So the Raiders are going to go for it. 4th and 11 on the 30 with 2:24 remaining in the first quarter. And Cook scrambles to his right, fires at the sideline. The pass is caught. Caught by Luke Smith. And he's driven out of bounds, but he got enough for the first down.
Nice job coming up in the clutch. Cook and Luke Smith made a little bit of a leaping catch there and was pushed out of bounds at the 14-yard line.
So big play there for the Raiders as they have a 1st and 10 on the Rams' 16-yard line with 2:16 left in the first quarter. So Cook in the shotgun, Royal to his right. And he hands the ball off to Royal. Sutter steps and hits the line. And a nice run there by Royal. He's going to pick up maybe 3 or 4 yards.
Very patient runner is Royal.
Oh, and like you said, Ben, he's a tough guy to bring down. He has the luxury of being patient. So 2nd down and 6. So Cook back in the shotgun, and we got a flag here. So it looks like we got some movement. And the Raiders are signaling they think it's the Rams.
Dead ball foul. Encouragement on the defense. The 5-yard penalty.
The Rams are guilty of another encroachment penalty. So it's going to move the ball up to the 7-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Raiders. And Cook hands it off to Royal. No, he keeps it himself, cuts it to the left-hand side. He's got a hole, and he's in for the touchdown.
Nice block on the play there to let Cook walk it in.
So the Raiders cash in with a nice run there by Cook. So the Raiders get on the board. It's now 14-6 with 1:32 remaining. That'll bring up Tanner Sherry, number 2, the junior, for the point after. And Cook's going to be out there to hold. There's the hold, and there's the kick. It's short, and it
no good.
Was wide right. Or was it short? It's hard for me to tell from this angle. Either way, all we know is point is no good. So with 1:32 remaining in the first quarter, score reads your Rams 14, Raiders 6. Now we're going to send it over to replay.
As you can see, there is a nice block by it.
Oh, sorry, Brian.
Oh, it's all right. That Raider made a nice block there, and that allowed Cook to walk in, like I said earlier.
788-4951 for more information.
So the Raiders were able to capitalize and had a huge 4th down conversion to keep that drive going, and they were able to cash in for their first score of the night.
And if you're Pine-Richland, if I'm Kasparovich, I think that I'm talking to my team about the penalties. They had the personal foul on the kickoff, and they had was it like 1 or 2 offsides on that drive?
Number 2.
And I mean, those are penalties that you have full control over. And
well, sometimes, Ben, it's hard not to move. But yes, you're right. You have to have full control. All right, to kick off here for the Raiders, Dylan Good. Deep kick. And it is caught at about the 5-yard line. Out to run it out. And what a nice, can't say it, stutter step there by Tanner Douglas. So he's able to pick up almost about a 25-yard return.
Looked like he almost broke one there. Maybe one more tackle broken, then he could have looked like he may have been off to the races.
So that's going to bring up 1st down, and the Rams are going to start on their own 32 with 1:24 remaining in the first quarter. Jakovic back in the shotgun, and he pitches the ball over to Crawford. Crawford's quickly met and brought down. Looks to be at the line of scrimmage, but we'll see if he gets maybe about a yard. We'll see where they spot the ball.
Yeah, Gabe Miller with that stop there.
They're going to give him 2 yards on that play.
Yeah.
But a nice tackle there by Gabe Miller for the Raiders. 2nd down and 8. Jakovic back in the shotgun, trying to draw the Raiders off sides.
Sam Cook impersonation, maybe.
No, I think it's other way around. Jacobic's been doing that since last year. And then before him is Ben DiNucci.
Yeah, and he runs no silent count, so.
And a quick pitch over to Crawford there. And Crawford doesn't get anything. As a matter of fact, he's going to probably hit for a loss. Back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10 with around 30 seconds left in the first quarter. So as the clock winds down, looks like the Rams are going to try to get one more play in before the quarter's over. Jacobic back in the shotgun. Crawford to his right. Crawford in motion. Jacobic drops back. He's pressured. He scrambles. And he's eventually brought down. Wow, what a hit there by number 40.
Gabe Miller.
Gabe Miller. That is not an easy feat, my friends. And he's able to hit Jacobic for not just for a sack, but also a loss on the play. And that will end the first quarter with your Pine-Richland Rams leading by a score of 14-6. So let's go over to Mr. Kerp over here. Brian, you got some scores to update us with?
Yep. Other games in 6A, the only score that I found was Mount Lebanon's at Hempfield area, and they're leading Hempfield 17-13. And down at PNC Park, some Major League Baseball scores. Your Pittsburgh Pirates trail the Cincinnati Reds 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. But the Pirates are threatening with a runner on second and 1 out.
Thank you very much, Brian. That's a thank you very much, Brian, with those scores, and definitely the Mount Lebanon Hempfield game is a close one already.
Yeah.
And Mount Lebanon is really showing a pretty decent team this year.
Yeah.
You know. Ben, as far as the first quarter, real quickly here, what are some things the Rams are doing well?
Well, I think they're mixing up the play calls as they usually do, and I think Phil's being Phil, you know, and I think they've been doing a nice job of hurrying it up and exposing the defense a little bit. It's hard to rush in this type of weather, and especially against that kind of quarterback. If you're not in position, he's going to kill you.
Okay, thank you, Ben. And we're back to action here. First play of the second quarter. Back to punt there for the Rams.
Looks like a Ram
Belay.
bounce.
And it takes a nice Rams bounce. And they're going to put the ball at about the 26-yard line. So the Raiders, that sounds better. The Raiders will start back at their own, well, they're spotting it now at the 27 to start the second quarter.
46-yard punt. Just heard by the PA man.
It's a pretty decent punt.
Better than I could do.
This is also Belay's first year as a starting punter, isn't it?
Yep.
And here we go. 1st and 10 on the 27 with 11:49 remaining in the first half. Okay, Cook back in the shotgun. And it's going to be a keeper. Cook scrambles out to the left-hand side, hits the left side of the line, sorry, the right side of the line, and he's brought down at about, I want to say, the line of scrimmage.
You can give him maybe a 2-yard gain on that, so
nice.
A little generous.
That's a generous 2-yard gain.
Yeah.
Again, it looks a lot different from up here than it does on the field.
Yep, certainly.
2nd down and 8 on the 29-yard line for the Raiders. Cook in the shotgun with Royal to his left. Seneca Valley's lining up 2 receivers. And Luke Smith in motion. And hand the ball off to Royal, and he's hit early and brought down quickly. Nice play by 3 Rams there to bring him down. And it looks like he's going to get hit for a no gain.
Yeah, Jordan Crawford was in on that hit, as well as Anthony Sermonera.
And like you guys have been saying, the way Royal runs, that's not an easy thing to do. You got to, you know, hit him more than once to bring him down sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, great job of there taking out the legs, because it's not, Royal may be a strong runner, but it's 100% guarantee, unless he can fly, he's not running with no legs.
3rd down and 8, and Cook scrambles to his left, and he's still running. He's got a room running up the middle of the field, almost fumbled the ball.
Nice tackle by Ryan Duran there. Diving tackle.
Yeah, that was a classic example of Jack Cook making something out of nothing, as he's done a little bit here tonight, but
Yeah, but
escaping
a
pressure.
little scary running with that football out in his left hand, holding it out there.
Maybe he was trying to get the first down.
Yeah, I think if you're Pine-Richland, you go to school on that and try to maybe knock at the ball.
And got a pooch kick here from the Raiders. Very similar to what the Rams do, and it takes a small Seneca Valley roll there. And the Rams are going to start their next drive with the ball at around, let's see where they spot. Looks to be around the 28, 29 yard line. Nope, 28 yard line. One of those yard lines. They keep moving the ball. There we go.
And make sure it's perfect spot.
So Brian, after that run there by Cook, what do you think the Rams are trying to do to stymie the, if I use that word correctly, the Raiders?
You just gotta, their front needs to continue to play solid. And that was a nice tackle there, so we're gonna see the offense now.
There's Jakovic with the keeper, and he runs it up the middle. He's able to push the line there. And he's able to pick up 1, maybe 2 yards. Actually pick up 3 yards. So it's gonna bring up 2nd down and 7 on the Rams 31. And Jakovic back in the shotgun, trying to draw the Raiders off sides, but I think they're getting used to it, but you never know.
Keep an eye out for Raymond Falcone at the top of your screen.
And Jakovic fakes the handoff and fires over
to the King, Tyler.
To the King, and he breaks a tackle, and he's off and running. He's got 1 man to beat, and he beat him, and he's still going, still on his feet over the 10 to 5. Touchdown Rams. Boy, what a play by King. Wow.
Tyler King on the screen pass. He's a big man, hard to bring down, and 1 missed tackle later, and he's gone. And it's 20 to 7 Pine-Richland. They overload that side. Great play.
A little screen pass, like you said, Ben, and King made all that happen. What a play there. All right, Hanlon on for the point after. There's the kick, it's up, and it is good.
Nice.
So with 8:58 remaining in the first half, your score now reads, your Pine-Richland Rams 21, Seneca Valley Raiders 6.
Yeah, Tyler King had a touchdown similar to that one in St. Edwards.
So as you can see, that Raiders defender tried to get him, and he just was gone as soon as he made that desperation dive, and Tyler King outdid him, and 6 more plus the extra point makes it 7. Good math skill there, makes it 21 to 6.
Oh, and King just kept his feet moving the entire time, was able just to keep breaking tackles and everything, and what a nice run there.
Yeah, Tyler King had a touchdown like that in the St. Edwards game. He caught one and put the Rams up temporarily, and it's 27-21 at that point. Gave the Rams the momentum. He's a big kid, so hard to bring down, obviously.
All right, back to kick there for Pine-Richland is Hanlon. And back deep to receive is Peyton Scalos. Here comes the kick from Hanlon. Nice kick there by Hanlon. It's going to bounce at about the 8-yard line and then roll out of bounds.
There's going to be a flag, kick out of bounds.
Unfortunately. But nice, that's the best kick so far by Hanlon tonight,
And the ball goes out
as far as distance-wise.
for that.
So the Raiders are going to get some pretty good field position to start their drive.
Will be at the 35, and the Raiders will
Ball's
go
going to be at
first and
the
10.
35-yard line. Start 1st and 10 with 8:58 remaining in the first half. Ryan, do we have any score updates at all?
Not in the Mount Lebanon Hempfield game, but your Pittsburgh Pirates have tied the game in the bottom of the 3rd. Like I said earlier, that runner on 2nd did score on a Josh Harrison double.
Awesome Buccos. Okay. Cook back in the shotgun, hands the ball off to Royal, and he breaks a tackle and breaks almost 2 more tackles. Eventually was brought down by 3 Rams.
Yeah, Raymond Falcone took a shot on that play. I mean, he just, Royal pretty much bulldozed him, and he's walking a little gingerly back to about midfield.
Yeah, he got hit hard.
Yeah.
2nd and 5 on the 40 for the Raiders. Cook in the shotgun. Hall in motion, hands the ball off to Royal again, cuts it to the left side. He's got some blocking. He's able to break through and get a first down and a couple more yards.
Yeah, that was a nice block there by Jake Bonofsky of the Raiders. That allowed Royal to get the first down.
So the ball spotted at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. It looks like the Raiders are going to just keep sticking to their guns, that being Hank Royal. Cook back in the shotgun, Royal to his right. And he drops the ball, but he's able to pick it right back up, and he scrambles. But a nice tackle there by the Rams.
Looks like Tanner Douglas got him on that one.
Douglas is able to stop him right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain. But a nice recovery there by Cook.
Tried to make something out of nothing, but Douglas held him to no gain.
2nd and 10. Cook takes a snap, hands the ball off to Royal, and he hits the hole through the line, and he gets a couple yards, pick up of maybe about 5. I guess that's more than a couple. Nevertheless, it's going to bring up 3rd down. They're going to spot the ball on the 47, so a pickup of 5 yards. With 7:10 remaining in the first half. 3rd and 5.
Big 3rd down here for the Rams.
Cook drops back, throws it to the side over to Royal, and it's in and out of his hands for an incomplete pass, and that's going to bring up 4th down. It's kind of an interesting spot here for the Raiders, though. About midfield. See what they do here.
Nice job there. Was it Duran there got in on that play?
Yeah.
Screen pass there. Nice job. Getting in his face. Looked like he heard footsteps there, and ball fell incomplete. 4th down.
It's been another hooch kick. Hooch punt. And the ball bounces and takes a Rams roll. It bounced at about the 20 and then rolled back and close to out of bounds at around the 25, but I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen who are watching, my eyes aren't that great. It didn't go out at the 25. They're going to spot the ball at the 22. So the Rams are going to take over after the hooch punt, or hooch kick, whatever you want to call it, by the Raiders. So it's going to bring up 1st and 10 on the 22. I'm surprised Seneca didn't take a timeout back there.
Yeah, I thought they'd talk that over. 47-yard line. I mean, some teams in that field position sometimes go for it. 4th and manageable distance at 5 yards, but nonetheless they hooch punt it, and Phil Jerkovic is back out there.
1st and 10. Crawford in motion. Jerkovic keeps it with a spinorama kind of move, but I think he made himself a little too spun around there. He spins himself into the ground, and he's going to get hit for a loss on himself. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 11. Ball on the 21. Jerkovic, of course, in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Fires to the left side of the field. He's got a receiver open. The ball is going to be caught by DeFrancis. And a nice pass and a nice little run there by Francis after the play.
He juked Baton Scalos of the Raiders there. So got a couple more yards than what he would have if Scalos tackled him.
Nice job by DeFrancis there, getting free on the corner route, beating that cornerback there.
Jerkovic with the keeper, and he's quickly hit, but he's able to move the ball forward just a little bit. Looks like he's going to pick up maybe 2 yards on the play, and they're going to spot it, of course, on the 49, so a gain of 1 yard. 2nd and 9 with 5:55 remaining in the first half. Jerkovic all alone in the back, lines up 5 receivers for the Rams. Dracovic fires and it's caught by Crawford.
Pass
And
complete on the
he's
near side. And number 3,
headed around the 45-yard line of the Raiders and driven out of bounds. And let's see where they spot the ball. They spot the ball at the 46. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. Dracovic back in the shotgun. Rams still lining up 5 receivers. He fires to the right side. And help me out here, guys. Who was that for the Rams?
That was Jason DeFrancis, number 17. He had a few juke moves, and he will move the chains for a 1st down.
Nice job by DeFrancis there, not going down after they call it in the NFL yards after contact, and he got some after that contact. He would have been short. He fought. It looks like they got the 1st down on that play.
And a couple yards, like you said, Ben. 1st and 10 on the 40 of the Raiders. So Meckler and Crawford in the backfield with Dracovic. Hands it off to Crawford. He jukes and cuts through a nice hole there made by the offensive line. Pick up about 4.
Yeah, nice hole there. It looked like one Seneca Valley defender there just tripped him up, or he would have been gone.
Yeah, that was Michael Ramirez, number 83, on that trip.
2nd and 7 for the Rams. A fake handoff, and Dracovic fires a bullet over to Crawford. Couldn't handle it, so it's going to be incomplete.
It's almost like a fastball.
Oh, that was a rocket he threw there.
I wouldn't want to be Jordan on that play.
That brings up 3rd and 7 on the 37. So another 3rd down here for the Rams. And Dracovic nearly drew a Raider off sides. And they hand the ball off to Crawford. He hits the line hard, but he's not able to get through. He's going to be stopped short, well short of the 1st down. So pickup of maybe 1. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and 6 on the 36 of Seneca Valley.
Watch out for the pooch punt. That first week against St. Edwards, you saw that several times from Phil.
So the Rams line up, and he fakes the pooch punt, and he fires, and the ball's caught at about the 35. And a nice attempt by Douglas to try to get to the 1st down, but he's going to be short. And I don't really think that was a bad play call. I mean, it was fairly deep.
Might have faked him out a little bit because they saw him do a little kick with his leg there, and they started to settle back, and then it was like, oh, wait, he's passing it, so it's like, oh, we got to settle back. But not Titans, Raiders did a nice job of...
Same section, though.
Yeah. Well, the Shaler Titans do trail Norwin 14-0.
Okay, so there we go. Nice segue into that.
Yeah.
So both teams, looks like someone called a timeout. They haven't marked it on the scoreboard because we were talking about scores. We didn't get to see who called the timeout. So Ben, you mentioned earlier about the heat being a factor. I mean, obviously you're seeing the trainers coming out and the assistants coming out with the water bottles. How do you think that's affecting not only just the way that the players are playing, but how is it affecting? How do you think it's affecting the play calls?
Well, I think obviously on offense, I think that they're trying to. Seneca Valley is obviously trying to run the ball a little bit more than passing, and getting Royal some contact on those Pine-Richland defenders, trying to tire them out a little bit. And we also about the health with the heat, players get more cramps, and that also could be a reason why the Seneca Valley offense has been running a lot, doing a lot of mixing in some different runs in there.
Yeah, a relatively quick shout out to AJ Gibron down there. It looks like he's the water boy, and he's doing a great job keeping these guys hydrated.
Busy night for Mr. Gibron, for sure. 1st down and 10 on the 33 for the Raiders. And Cook with a screen pass over to the left side. And that ball's caught by Peyton Scallos. And he's going to get close to a 1st down. See where they spot the ball. And it's going to be just short of the 1st down. Pickup of 9 on the play. So it's going to be 2nd and 1 on the 42 of the Raiders. Cook back in the shotgun. Royal.
Well, the ball's
Hands the
loose.
ball off to Royal. I don't know if the Raiders.
Rams are saying they have it, but
I don't know
what's the call here?
Couldn't really tell. Because it looked like Royal fell on it right away, and then it came out. And they're signaling that
Rams ball.
Rams pick it up.
Nice job by Tyler King there. He was the one that fell on that ball, and as soon as he fell on it, he knew that it was the Rams' ball. He was telling the refs about it, and guess what? It is.
So that was a really big heads-up play there by King. Let's take a look at it again.
As you can see, he takes a snap up, and he loses the ball. And as you can see, Tyler King,
Right
there it is,
Yep.
and he picks it up. And after that replay, he made sure to make the refs know that he fell on it before the running guy was down. Running man, Donnie Bryant.
Tyler King busting through the middle on that one.
Jakovic, first and 10, fires deep and just overthrows his receiver. Falcone. But definitely just wanted to do a shout out to the PRTV crew. Nice play on that last replay, by the way. We can actually clearly see, King coming up with the ball. Nice job up there.
Donnie Bryant now at Mercyhurst University.
Yes, the running man's running at Mercyhurst. 2nd and 10 with 3:33 remaining in the first half. Jakovic fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, tries to cut out to the left side. He's getting pressured very well. A couple stiff arms.
Looks like he's going to lose maybe 1 yard on the play, and what I see, it is going to be a loss of 1 yard.
Good job by Phil there, even though it was a negative type of play, not the play that you would obviously want, but he tried to live to fight another day, and most young quarterbacks will try to make it into more of something when there's nothing there, and they'll end up losing more yards. So great job by him. At least you never want to lose yards, but losing one's not as bad as losing 10 or 15 yards.
3rd and 11 on 39. That's absolutely right, Ben. And Jakovic pressured again. He scrambles, and he's pulled down again. Wow, a second hit for a loss.
Shane Statfield, the senior lineman for the Raiders, comes in and brings Phil down. 2nd sack of the night.
Phil did not look too happy after he was brought down there. And again, like I mentioned earlier, that doesn't happen too often. If not, it's really not an easy thing to do, single-handedly taking Phil down.
Yeah.
Well, the Rams' offensive line has played pretty well over the past 2 weeks, and Phil he's a big guy, and he's got some good footwork on him.
We got a pooch punt here from Phil. Beautiful pooch punt. Ball bounces and rolls for a Rams roll all the way down to about the 1.5 yard line. What a beautiful pooch punt there by Jakovic. Even though he probably doesn't want to do that, that was still a nice play. So Seneca Valley is going to be pinned very deep with 2:40 left in the first half.
Yeah, great job by Phil here, backing up the Raiders deep. We noticed earlier in the game they started off some drives around midfield mark, around the Pine-Richland Rams zone 40-yard line. So great job by Phil, at least pinning them deep.
So the Raiders got a long ways to go here to start this drive with 2:40 left in the first half.
I can see the Rams pulling a blitz here to try to get a safety out of this.
Cook hands it off to Royal, and he's able to bounce outside to the left. Still on his feet, still running. And what a nice run there by Royal. He's eventually brought down at close to the first down. We'll see where they spot the ball.
Yeah, Raymond Falcone with that tackle there to kind of trip him up and make him fall. And looks like he's going to be a yard short, maybe 2 yards actually, short of the first down.
Looks like they had a couple chances to get him down there, and he fought through it again.
So it brings up, they pick up a 7 on the play, 2nd down and 3 with 2 minutes remaining in the first half. And they hand the ball off to Royal again. He just barrels his way through the line. He's going to pick up maybe 1 or 2. We'll see where they spot the ball. And he's going to pick up 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 1 on the Raiders' 11-yard line.
Clock winding. 1:40 left.
Gain of a yard on the play. 3rd down and 1.
So with 1:30, as the clock keeps ticking, Rams still lead.
Looks like Seneca Valley's in not in a particular hurry here.
No, you're right, Ben. They're really taking their time in the huddle, letting that clock run down. Cook back in the shotgun. Hands it off to Royal again, and he hits the line hard. He's got a hole, and then some. Wow, and he just busts through the line and knocks down. I want to say, I think that was, who was that? Was that Crawford that got knocked over?
Yeah, it looked like Jordan Crawford got.
Wow, what a hit there by Royal.
There's a timeout on play. Hydration.
And the Rams are taking their first timeout, possibly because they haven't updated on the scoreboard. No, it's going to be the Raiders take the timeout. So with 1:08 remaining in the first half, your Pine-Richland Rams lead by a score of 21-6.
It'll be interesting to see how the Raiders offense goes about their business here after that run by Royal, because we mentioned before how they were kind of taking their time.
Right,
maybe let's see if maybe they start hurrying things up a little bit, because Royal's been running very well here, breaking some tackles. And
well, with the running game, only disadvantage of that is it eats up a lot of clock, which they don't have a lot left here. So both teams return to the field after their timeout by the Raiders. Cook back in the shotgun, Royal to his right, drops back the pass, looks downfield and fires deep downfield. Good coverage there by the Rams, and incomplete with the pass attempt to number 3, Luke Smith.
Yeah, double coverage on a play by Raymond Falcone and Jordan Crawford. 2nd and 10.
With 1 minute remaining.
Yes.
21-6 Rams.
It's the Penguins public address man would say 1 minute remaining in the half, I guess. 1 minute.
And that starts up in a couple months already.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
And the ball is handed off to, no, it's kept by Cook. A nice sneak, and he's making some nice moves to stay on his feet. And he's going to pick up about maybe 7 or 8 yards on the play, as the clock is quickly winding down to about 45 seconds left in the first half.
Looks like they're speeding it up a little bit here.
Third down and 1 on the 32 of the Raiders. Cook back in the shotgun, scrambles to his right, fires downfield, and the pass is almost, it is picked off.
Nice,
What a
Tyler
nice
King.
play there by King. He gets the interception. Who did it hit off of though? So the Rams come up with a big interception that will stop any kind of momentum there by the Raiders. So with 26 seconds left remaining in the first half, the Rams are going to take over with some pretty decent field position.
And that Rams defense comes up with the 3rd turnover of the game. They had a fumble recovery there, and that pick by Tyler King. And on the Raiders' first drive, they had an interception by Ray Falcone, a couple yards from the end zone.
Brian, did you see who that hit off of?
No, we'd have to get a replay from our crew here if it's available.
Great hand-eye there by Tyler King to follow
Yeah.
the ball there. And
1st and 10, Jakovic drops back, fires downfield. He's got an open Crawford, and Crawford busts his way in for the touchdown.
Nice.
And just like that, the Rams capitalize on a big mistake by the Raiders into the end zone with 19 seconds remaining. Way to go.
This is what.
Looked like Crawford beat his man on the wheel route there. He got the ball. No one was home, and he was easy pickings for him.
Yeah.
And he had enough time, plenty of time to look downfield to see Crawford, like you said, Ben, wide open in for the score. So Hanlon in for the point after. There's the hole, and there's the kick. Kick is up, we got a flag.
The kick is up and good, but the flag is a flag on the field.
Good, but we have a flag on the play.
Red ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Free kick.
He's going to move the ball back 5 yards. So a little bit further here for
will
Hanlon.
reattempt the extra
The
point.
extra point
this time
attempt.
from 5 yards back.
He's going to kick from about the 15, well, not about, from the 15. Kick is blocked, it's low and blocked.
And
So the
extra
Raiders
point
are
is
able
no good,
to
blocked by the Raiders.
eliminate that extra point attempt by the Rams. So with 19.8 seconds remaining in the first half, score reads, your Pine-Richland Rams 27, Seneca Valley 6.
Let's see that replay. It's going to be the touchdown. As you can see, as Ben said earlier, that wheel route, and he has Crawford down there. And as you can see, he just about sticks it over that pylon, and 6 points for the Rams.
Great protection for Phil there. It looked like he could order a pizza back there.
That was, yeah, he had a lot of time to look downfield to see Crawford open. And that interception definitely has got to hurt for Seneca Valley at the end of the half. So 19.8 seconds left.
Heads up play there by that Pine-Richland defense, giving the offense some shorter fields. There we had some rough. They had some rough field position there, and
after that
early in the game.
And then the interception.
So keep in mind that the Raiders get the ball in the second half.
Hanlon kept, very good point there, Brian. Hanlon kicked the ball close to the ground there, and the Raiders were able to bring it up to about the 37.
So
Parker Smith was brought down at about the 37 for Seneca Valley. So with 12.2 seconds, Seneca Valley's going to start
the drive
at about their 38-yard line.
So here's a good question here. Would the Titan, or not the Titans, man?
Same section,
Yeah,
but different schools.
yeah.
Are they gonna knee here? Or?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah. Well, there's your answer, Brian. Raiders aren't going to try to do anything.
Looks like they're gonna try to get this to the locker room and try to regroup for the second half.
Yeah, they don't want to risk another interception for points here, but nice first half from the Pine-Richland Rams.
Really nice showing on both sides of
Yeah.
the ball, really.
Good job of overcoming some adversity there. They had Seneca Valley was moving on them their first drive, and it was a great job by Pine-Richland to respond with Ray Falcone, that interception there.
All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the first half here. The Rams are leading 27-6 going to the locker room. Definitely have the momentum after that interception and so forth. And like Ben was talking about with Falcone starting it off with the interception and helping the Rams score some quick points to start the game. So before we sign off, Brian, we got some scores here.
Yeah,
around
so
the section.
So the Shaler Titans,
There you go.
they trail Norwin 14-0 still. The Mount Lebanon Hempfield game remains unchanged at 17-13 with Mount
Wow.
Lebanon with the lead. And the Reds take the lead once again in the Pirates game down at PNC Park. They lead them 2-1.
2-1. Well, let's go Buccos. Okay, everybody, we're gonna take a little breather here, but be sure to stick around and catch the halftime show by the Raiders and, of course, the world-famous Pine-Richland Marching Band, led under the direction of Mr. Brian Scott and Mr. Jim Stillwagon. Catch you in the second half, everybody.
Stewart. Color guard captains Maggie Fitzpatrick and Katie Lawson. We thank you for your kind applause. Go Raiders!
We will now feature our dance team performing a tap routine to a 1966 song originally recorded by Wilson Pickett. Here is 634-5789. Dance team captains are Jordan Hepler and Lexi Wardicliffe. Ladies and gentlemen, now the moment you've all been waiting for. The band dances and we feature our drum line to a 1962 hit by Chris Kenner, which was later made popular by Wilson Pickett. Here is Land of a Thousand Dances. Drumline captains are Elliot Boudreau, Dan Doherty, and Jonah Krause. The band concludes tonight's show with a 1965 hit song by Otis Redding, which later became Aretha Franklin's signature song. Here is Respect. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pine-Richland High School Marching Band.
Welcome back, Pine-Richland. I hope you enjoyed that halftime show by the Seneca Valley Raiders and, of course, the world-famous Pine-Richland Ram Marching Band. So as we start the second half, the Rams are coming out with a 21-point lead, leading 27-26. The Rams offense has led several drives, some of them orchestrated first by the Rams defense. So Brian and Ben, what do you expect from the Raiders as they come out during the second half, being down 21 points?
I think that their defense, no doubt, has to stop Phil Dracovic with his passing and his running. Offensively, they need to get it going. They need to start scoring points because the scoreboard down there says that they're down by 21, so they need to start scoring points and stopping Phil, and that's a recipe for getting back into this game and a victory, which you wouldn't like, but you never know.
Well, and stopping Phil's definitely hasn't been an easy thing for any team. You know?
Well,
Ben?
Well, I think for Seneca Valley, I think that they have to start pushing the pace a little bit more than they have. We noticed at the end of the first half they were moving kind of nonchalant down the field a little bit until they saw Royal got that run there, and they kind of started to pick it up a little bit more. But I'm looking to see more of that. I think that they're doing a good job of putting the Rams defense in some tough positions. It's never easy with a guy like Jack Cook. Not quite the Phil Dracovic status, as we've said before. No mean to insult, but
no, that's not an insult. That's a good observation, Ben.
But he can use his legs, and he's done a nice job of avoiding pressure and finding the open guy. And I think that they have to do some more of that, mixing in some of the runs like they have, grinding down the Pine-Richland defense.
Yeah, and you're right, Ben. Cook has been under pressure quite a few times whenever he's gone back to pass, and he's done a nice job of scrambling through. And the Raiders defense, they're going up against one of the better offenses in Western Pennsylvania. So both teams have momentum. Just the Rams have a little bit more.
Yeah.
Also, it'll be interesting to see how the Pine-Richland defense responds to having a 21-point lead. We noticed last week how both of their games that they've been involved in have been relatively close until last week. They ended up pulling away with an 11-point victory at the end. But their defense, it'll be interesting, to see how their defense responds to. Do they sit back, or do they still go after Jack Cook and the Seneca Valley Raiders offense?
Well, we're going to see right now, Ben, because the Rams are going to be kicking off to start the second half, so the Raiders are going to start with the ball, and they definitely, like you said, Brian, need to get things in gear if they want to try to climb back into the game. So as the clock winds down to about 30 seconds until we start the second half action, it is still very warm out here, everybody, but it is a nice, beautiful night. We have a wonderful crowd on hand, and we hope that you stick around and continue to enjoy the second half of Pine-Richland Ram football. So out to kick for the Rams is Chris Hanlon, and back deep to receive is Peyton Scalos for the Raiders.
Turned out to be a pretty nice night, don't you think, Aaron?
Yeah, but it's still pretty warm, Ben. And here's the kick. And it's another squib kick. And it's going to be fielded about the 15-yard line. And Seneca is able to break through. Number 8, Peyton Scalos, with a nice run. He's still on his feet. He's past the 50, and he's going to be hitting about, taken down at about the 40, what do you think, about 46 or 47-yard line. So a very nice return to start the second half for the Raiders. And they have a very nice starting field position to start their first offensive attack.
Yeah, looks like that's about like their third or fourth possession they've had to start. They've started off the drive inside inside Rams territory, it looks like.
So here comes Cook. He's back in the shotgun, and he pitches the ball over to Royal, and he hits the hole and busts through, and he's still on his feet. He's down over the 20, down to the 10, and he's going to go in for the touchdown. No flags, no nothing. And just like that, the Rams come out and give up a big touchdown right away. And the Raiders now have put 6 more points on the board to make the score 27-12 with only, well, we still have a lot of time left, 11:38 left.
Well, we saw the option play last year run by Jack Cook, and it went for a touchdown. And well, they're 2 for 2. It was successful this year, and a good job of staying home there by the Rams. But it was really hard running by Royal, as he's been doing all game, and Seneca Valley blocking.
Sherry with the extra point. Sherry for the extra point afterwards. Pick is up, and it's good. So with 11:38 remaining in the third quarter, the Raiders strike early with the score. Your Pine-Richland Rams 27 and the Seneca Valley Raiders 13. So just like, well, we have a little technical difficulty here. Our main man, Mr. Brian Kerp, is still here. Say hi, Brian.
How's it going? My microphone isn't quite working. We're having technical difficulties.
So it's just going to be the legend and I, so we're going to do the best we can. But regardless, like Brian was mentioning at the start of the second half, the Raiders needed to come out scoring, and they most certainly did with a really nice kickoff return and then a nice run there by Royal. So the Rams are going to come out with their first possession of the second half. And back deep to receive for the Rams. Right now it's Tanner Douglas.
Is that Meckler?
And Brandon Belay, I think. And there is the kick by Dylan Good. And
looks like, yeah, touchback.
It's going to bounce into the end zone, so the Rams are going to start with the touchback. So they're going to start around 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 as the Rams offense comes out. And Ben, how do you think the offense is going to answer to that touchdown that the Raiders just scored?
Well, Aaron, I think they have to do pretty much the similar type of game. They have to hurry up. They can't play complacent with they still have what, like 14, 15-point lead, and they 14-point lead. Sorry,
that's okay.
My math skills, but yeah, they.
So Jakovic with the screen pass over to Crawford, and just like that, the Rams with a nice pickup. Crawford's going to pick up about 8 yards. I'm always wrong. He picked up only 6 yards. So second
Well,
down and 4.
your heart said 8.
Wishful thinking.
I know mine did.
Jurkovic back in the shotgun. And he holds, fakes, pumps, and fires. And the pass is caught and wide open. And that is Crawford. He is off and running. He is untouched. He is in for the touchdown. And of course, that wasn't Crawford. That was Falcone.
Another touchdown for him.
What a pass, and what patience Jurkovic had in the pocket right there.
Looked like a little dump off there, and Seneca Valley's defense broke containment, and a good block there. I couldn't see who it was. It was a great block there in the middle, about the 30, 40-yard line of Seneca Valley to free up Jordan Crawford.
Nope, it was Falcone. I screwed up.
Excuse me, Falcone.
It's the point after, and it is good. So Hanlon's able to get the extra point, and just like that, the Rams answer right back with the score now. Your Pine-Richland Rams 34, Seneca Valley 13.
So we could see there the Ray Falcone breaking away for the touchdown.
When he had that, he only broke what, 1 or 2 tackles, and that was it.
Yeah, there was a great. I didn't see who it was. It was a great block there in the middle of the field, and that basically gave him free sailing all the way to the end zone, nothing but green.
Absolutely, he was able just to get a nice clear path there. And there's the kickoff as we come back, and just prior you also saw the marching band all dressed in orange, supporting Kyle. So not only was the student section and of course the crowd wearing orange, but also the band.
And some of the players.
Yep. And there's the kick there by Hanlon. And it is returned, caught around the 15. And Peyton Scalise was able to pick it up. He's going to be stopped maybe around the 25. We do it, you're right, Brian, we do have a flag on the play. So let's see. It came pretty late, so we'll see what the call is. So it's a personal foul on the Rams, and Kasparowicz he's right out on the 30-yard marker, and he's got his hands up in the air like, what's the call on? He still wants an answer. He's out on the 40 marker now. He's way out in the field, and he's still not leaving. Now he's marching towards the referee. Not happy with that call, and with that call, Seneca Valley's got some pretty decent field position.
Yeah, I think the Rams did exactly what they wanted to do offensively. It's got to be discouraging for Seneca Valley right now. They score, they feel like they got some momentum, and then their defense.
Well, with momentum, Ben, they got a nice starting field position here. So 1st and 10, and Cook with the fake, and he's a keeper, and he's run up on the left side of the field, and he's off and running, and a nice hit there by, I think that was by Crawford. And if Crawford didn't hit him, I think he'd be off to the races, my friends. Well, just like Ben was saying, he's like Jurkovic, and he's able to make something out of nothing. So it's 1st and 10 on the 31 of the Rams. So a big run there by Cook. Cook with the handoff to Royal. He cuts it out to left-hand side. He's quickly met, but he's able to dodge a couple tackles. And he's going to pick up a couple yards before being stopped. And we have a late flag. Am I seeing things? No, I'm not. We have a late flag.
Well, I think. Well, Aaron, I think that Seneca Valley's definitely not going away.
So it's going to be first down and 22 on the 43-yard line. And a pitch over to Royal. And Royal's going to be hit. And he's going to be brought down about the 40-yard line.
Same play they ran went for a touchdown on the previous drive there, and this time Pine-Richland able to come up with a stop.
So second down and 20 after the penalty. With 10:13 remaining. Cook back. He's got pressure, and he's able to elude it, and he fires. He's got an open receiver, and a nice catch there by Seneca Valley's receiver. And of course, I can't tell who the number is.
Boy, it looked like Grant Kerrigan was.
I think that was Will Briscoe.
Yeah, he was about. It looked like he was. Looked like he was about an inch away from tackling him.
Very close. You could probably feel him breathing on the back of his neck. So it's 3rd and 4. We got a timeout. Can't really tell.
Number 10 being attended to Jacob Hall.
So we have a timeout. It's 3rd and 4 and 25. So Ben, after that penalty, and it's 3rd and 4 and 25. Seneca still has decent field position. Looks like a couple of their players are getting stretched out. What do you think Seneca's going to do when they come back on the field?
Well, I think that they've had some success with that option play. It got stopped the last time they ran it on this drive, and I think that they're either going to design something where Cook's going to get the ball, going to put the ball in the air, or they're going to put the ball in the hands of Royal, who's been in my opinion, their best player tonight.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're just going to keep going with them. I have no doubt in my mind either, Ben. So 3rd and 4 on the 25 of the Rams. Smith in motion. And sure enough, they hand it to Royal. He busts up to the middle. And you called it, legend. First down for Seneca. I wish you weren't right, but they move the chains. The ball's going to be spotted on the 17, so it's 1st and 10 with 9:32 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, the Seneca Valley Raiders are showing that they're not going to go away, despite what the scoreboard says right now.
Well, they're down 21 points. Their drives are taking up a decent amount of game time, but they're moving the ball nonetheless. Cook in the shotgun. And again, Smith in motion. And they hand the ball off to Royal again. A nice juke there by Royal. He's still on his feet. Man, they couldn't bring him down, and looked like he could have been hit for a loss there, Ben. Yeah. They ended up picking up a couple yards.
Yeah, I think that's what most coaches look for in runners nowadays when they're looking at running backs, is if they have nothing there, trying to make something out of nothing. We talked about it earlier with Phil, but Phil he was in the he was stopped for a loss, but it was a lot less than it would have been if he had tried to extend it and do something fancy.
And they go back to Royal again, runs it right up the middle. And just going back to what we were saying before, Ben, yeah, Royal in the previous play made something out of nothing. And now they're very, very close to another first down. As a matter of fact, they're 1 yard away. So another 3rd down, but 1 yard is not a difficult thing for Hank Royal to pick up for the Raiders. So 3rd and 1 on the 7-yard line of the Rams with around 8 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. And Seneca breaks the huddle. Cook still back in the shotgun with Royal to his left, and they go back to Royal, and he hits the line, and he's brought down. He may have been stopped. See where they spot the ball.
Well, yeah, it looks like he has it.
They spot the ball at the 6, and they only needed 1. He got it. 1st and goal for the Raiders. Cook under center. keeps it himself, cuts out to the right side. He's got blockers, but he's hit hard by 3 Rams and he's going to be taken down. He may have picked up a yard on the play.
Good job staying home there by the Pine-Richland defense. Jack Cook, excuse me. He did that same play in the first half that went for a touchdown, so great job by them.
And right now we have a player down for the Raiders. So an official's timeout right now. So with 7:27 remaining, 2nd and 4 on the 4-yard line, Seneca definitely is in the driver's seat. So Ben, what's the play call next? You did it well before. What are they going to do? What are the Raiders going to do?
Well, I think that you're close to the goal line, so I think Pine-Richland defense has to be, they have to go to school on the fact that Royal's been
their most
consistent. So they have to consider maybe Seneca Valley would go to Royal, or they may just run a play action pass and catch somebody wide open in the end zone and try to get 7 points here.
Well, the player down for Seneca Valley was in fact Jack Cook, and he's able to get up off the field in his own power, but he's definitely not 100%. And it looked like they were trying to stretch him out, so maybe he just got a leg cramp or something, like you were saying earlier, Ben, with the heat. That definitely causes it. So in to play quarterback for the Raiders is going to be junior Nick Asef. So he's going to check in at quarterback now. It's 2nd and 4 on the 4-yard line with 7:27 left in the 3rd quarter. So Asef in the shotgun with Royal to his left. Hand the ball off to Royal. He cuts it to the outside and he goes in for the touchdown. Hank Royal scores again for the Raiders.
Yeah, it looked like they overloaded the middle a little bit there, and Royal was able to get to the outside, and it was an easy touchdown.
So the score now reads 34-19, and on for the point after it's going to be Tanner Sherry. And we have another player down. It looks like it's a Pine-Richland Ram. And it didn't look like anyone was hit. But the guy down for the Rams, number 66, senior Josh Trent, one of the guards for the Rams. And he's also
left guard on offense.
He's up now, and he's hobbling too. And again, it kind of looks very similar to the way that Jack Cook was walking off the field for the Raiders. So maybe this is just another leg cramp. But Trent's had a really nice game so far for the Rams. Hopefully he's going to be okay, be able to come back in.
Played some football in his elementary days.
So once again, Tanner Sherry in for the extra point. Jake Bonofsky in the hold for the Raiders. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 7:10 remaining in the 3rd quarter, the score now reads your Pine-Richland Rams 34, Seneca Valley 20. And due to our technical difficulties right now, our main man, Brian Kerp, is not on us right now, but he's definitely going to be helping us out. So Ben, we got the replay of that extra point. So up and through the uprights there, a nice kick there by Sherry.
Just a 2-score game now.
Well, we got some time. We got some scores to take a look at. We have Hempfield leading Cannon Mac 35-12. I'm sorry, that's a really old score. I'm sorry, we have Butler leading Altoona 21-12. Norwin over Shaler 14-0, and Mount Lebanon and Hempfield. Mount Lebanon is still holding a lead over Hempfield, 17-13. So back to action here. Jacob Hall with the kick.
Looks like that one went out of bounds.
And that's going to go out of bounds at about the, I don't know, around the 5 or 6 yard line. And they're going to spot the ball, of course, since it went out of bounds on the 35. So Rams with pretty good field position to start their next drive. So it's 1st and 10 on the 35 yard line of the Rams. Jakovic back in the shotgun with Crawford to his left. And he fires to the right side of the field. The pass is going to be caught by Falcone.
Man with the hot hand today has a couple of touchdowns, an interception.
So it's going to be a pickup of a 1st down. 1st and 10 on the 45. Jakovic with the pitch over to Crawford. And he cuts it to the outside. And he's going to be driven out of bounds, I want to say around the 45 yard line. And they're going to spot it actually at the 44. So another 1st down, 2 plays, 2 1st downs. And the Rams are not slowing down with this drive that they're on right now. 1st and 10 on Seneca Valley's 44. Jakovic fires to the right side, another screen pass. And that's going to be caught by Falcone again. Is that Falcone? I mean, I can't.
Yeah, looks like it.
Or is that DeFrancis? I think that was DeFrancis. I apologize. So another 1st down, 1st and 10 on the 34 of Seneca Valley. High snap. Jakovic handles it well, scrambles to his right, fires to the sideline, and throws the ball away. So after 3 straight 1st downs, the Rams finally get back to a 2nd down. So 6:39 left in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10 on Seneca Valley's 34. Jakovic, and we have a flag on the play.
Some movement.
So the Rams are going to be...
Looks like a false start.
Yep, guilty of a false start. So that's going to move the ball back 5 yards. 2nd and 15 on the 39 yard line of the Raiders. Jakovic remains in the shotgun.
Camino at the bottom of the screen.
We've got another flag. Jakovic fires down and just overthrows Falcone. But we had a flag even before Jakovic threw the ball. Let's see what the call is.
Legal motion on the offense.
And it's going to go against the Rams. I don't know what. Did you catch the penalty, Ben?
They said encroachment on the offense. Haven't seen that before in my years of watching
football. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 15 now. And Jakovic drops back, looks downfield, fires in the middle of the field. Pass almost picked off.
Looked like it was intended for Tommy Camino there.
He made a nice effort to try to jump back to the ball, but nonetheless an incomplete pass, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 15 on the 39 yard line of Seneca Valley.
Let's see Phil work his pooch punt magic here.
And Seneca's setting up for it. Peyton Scalise is dropping back, and he's now dropping back for coverage. And yes, Dracovic, the pooch punt. Fair catch called by Scalise at about the 8-yard line. So another beauty of a pooch punt there by Phil Dracovic to pin the Raiders deep in their own zone. So with 6:20 remaining in the third quarter, your Pine-Richland Rams still lead by a score of 34-20.
Big series here. Big series here for both teams. If Seneca Valley has an opportunity to try to drive down and score, and in their own territory, Pine-Richland obviously gave up a touchdown the last drive. They're trying to hold Seneca Valley here.
And with this time of the game, most definitely it's a pivotal point in the game, like you said, Ben. So Cook back in the game for Seneca Valley, hands the ball off to Royal. And Royal's actually for once going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. And he's actually going to be hit for a loss. So one of the few times he stopped tonight for a loss.
Yeah, that was great penetration there by Pine-Richland front four there.
So 2nd and 11 on the 6-yard line.
Front three, excuse me.
Cook back in the shotgun with Royal to his right. And Cook drops back and scrambles to the right side of the field, fires downfield. He's got a receiver open, and the pass is caught. Peyton Scalise on his feet and eventually run out of bounds at about the maybe 31-yard line. What a throw there by Cook. And Scalise just outran his receivers. Just outran his coverage.
Yeah, he beat his man there on the corner route, and no one. It was clear sailing for him for about 10 or 20 yards after that.
Yeah, he made the Rams pay for their mistake. So big gain there by Seneca Valley to put them from deep in their own territory to start this game. Now they have the ball on the 31-yard line of the Rams, 1st and 10. Cook in the shotgun, hands the ball off to Royal. He dances at the line, breaks through the line and gets pulled down at about the 30, maybe 28-yard line. And they're going to spot the ball at the 29. 2nd down and 8 as the clock winds down to about 5 minutes and 15 seconds with your Rams leading 34-20. And the Raiders break the huddle.
Looks like they got a man coverage there at the bottom of the screen.
And they hand the ball off to Royal, who dances and goes through the line. And he's going to pick up a couple more yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down. And they're going to spot the ball at the 28-yard line. So a pickup of only 1 on the play. 3rd down and 7.
Big play here for the defense.
Cook back in the shotgun. Raiders line up 4 receivers. Cook keeps it, but he finds an open receiver and he just overthrows him. Luke Smith had a nice open territory over there, and Cook just couldn't connect with him.
Yeah, it looked like Luke Smith there was trying to run a little comeback route there, and the Jack Cook, excuse me, threw it a little high, and it sailed right through his hands.
And Seneca Valley smartly calls a timeout because they have a very crucial 4th and 7 on the 28-yard line of the Rams with only 4:18 remaining. And if you can hear the music.
Great student section turnout as always.
We're going to go ahead and take a look. And this was after the last play, I believe.
Cook doing what he's been doing, stepping up and buying more time for himself and his receivers. It really throws off the defensive backfield When he does that, that's why Phil's so successful. You have to respect the ability to run. So a man gets sucked into that fake, and he ends up throwing it over the top of him.
And with the pressure that Cook, Cook and Royal have been faced with tonight, I would say both of them have been very patient, letting their linemen do their jobs and trying to make something out of nothing, like you said earlier, Ben. So 4th and 7 on the 28 of the Rams. And Seneca is definitely going for it here. Big 4th down. Cook scrambles to his left, looks downfield. He's pressured, he's scrambling, and he's going to be brought down. Almost fumbles the ball, and I think he's even going to be hit for a loss. So not only do the Rams get the ball, they also had a sack on the play. So nice play there by the Rams defense to stop a drive that the Seneca Valley Raiders started way back on their own 6-yard line.
That was a great job by their defensive line there, containing Cook and not allowing him to extend the plays like he's been doing. And it's very deflating for an offense to start a drive that deep in their own territory and drive up to the 30-yard line of the opponent and come up empty.
Yeah, really deflating, Ben, absolutely, with that play. Jakovic fires to the right side of the field, finds his open receiver. And that was
Falcone
again. And it's going to bring up 2nd down, close to a first. So it's going to be 2nd down and 1. Nice 9-yard pass to Falcone. And Jakovic hands the ball off. Couldn't quite see who it was. So Jesse Meckler with the carry, and he has enough
for the first down.
Gets the first down. Jakovic again fires, and Camino, they're going to say yes, he did catch it. Nice catch there.
Nice diving grab there, falling and about the 50-yard line or so on the slant route.
So a pickup of about 5. See where they spot the ball. No, they're saying the ball hit the ground. Wow. Camino doesn't, he's disagreeing there. So it's going to be ruled as an incomplete pass and bring up 2nd down and 10 on the 44. Camino stays in the game. And Jakovic back. And he hands the ball off to Crawford. Crawford's able to cut around the outside. He cuts out all along the left-hand side. He's down the sideline. He's up over the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown! And I got, again, confused. That wasn't, it wasn't Crawford this time. Jesse Meckler. What a nice run there by Meckler.
Yeah, Jesse Meckler, big kid, obviously, and he gets a couple of blocks and he's gone.
So the Rams with a huge score there after a nice, beautiful run there by Meckler, as Hanlon's in for the extra point attempt.
6 foot, 215-pound Jesse Meckler.
There's the kick. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 3:12 remaining in the 3rd quarter, the score now reads your Pine-Richland Rams 41, Seneca Valley 20. We're going to take a look at that run there by Meckler. Take it away, Ben.
Yeah, well, we see there he breaks the tackle, and if you miss the tackle on virtually any of these Pine-Richland runners, it seems that they're going to make you pay for it, and he did. Jesse Meckler, he wears 33 because his father wore 33 when he played, so Meckler.
I love your in-depth research, Ben. That's a factoid, as Brian would say. As a matter of fact, speaking of Brian, I believe they're working on getting Brian back with us. So keep your ears open.
Okay, are we back yet?
And we'll see if they're able to hook Mr. Kirk back up with us. But until then,
yeah,
just me and the legend. So Hanlon
Am I good?
set to kick off.
Okay, I think I'm back now.
And welcome back, Brian.
I want to thank our producers, Steve Karpinski and Bill Clack, on fixing this problem. They are very professional and did a great job at it, so we're back. I'm back.
Welcome back, Brian. And as Brian was being reintroduced and thanking our technicians in the background, Peyton Scalise returned that football for Seneca Valley up to the 35-yard line. So Seneca Valley comes back onto the field being down 21 points with 3:05 remaining in the third quarter.
Well, this is a big series also for Seneca Valley. They got to see what they're made of as a team. They're obviously down by 21 here, and are they going to roll over or are they going to keep fighting?
Well, it's a hot night out there, and they've had success.
Seems like they're doing a pretty good job at staying hydrated, too.
So first and 10. And they hand the ball off. This time it's a handoff to Luke Smith, and he's able to move up and down the line, and he's able to roll very, very close to a first down. We'll see where they spot the ball.
Looks like he's about maybe less than half a yard short. So,
no, there's a flag.
and there
on
is
the
a flag,
play. I
though.
didn't even see it.
Holding, it's coming back.
Well, that nice run is erased now, and
Even more deflating for Seneca Valley. You get a positive play there, and hopefully try to move on from that last drive there, last scoring drive against them, and they get a penalty called against them, and they have to march even further back.
yeah, they moved the ball back 15 yards after that really nice 9-yard run. Again, an example of how a lot of the runners for Seneca Valley made some really nice moves at the offensive line. So it's first and 25 on their own 20. And they fake and they hand the ball off to Royal. So they faked the handoff to Smith, and then they went to Royal. And the Rams swarmed them and was able to bring him down. And I think he's going to be stuck for no gain on the play.
Nice job there. Jack Cook looked like he was trying to catch the Rams off guard there with the fake handoff, jet sweep there, and tried to get them to commit to the right side. And when Royal went around, the Rams defense was right there waiting for him.
Second and 25 with just under 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Cook back in the shotgun. Looks to his side, left side, and Royal had no idea the pass was coming to him. And it just an incomplete pass.
There must have
Good
been
thing
some
they called it.
miscommunication there on that play. He probably
Yeah,
wasn't
Brian.
expecting to get the ball, and he ended up getting it anyway.
Right. Yeah, because Royal went out there.
Yeah.
His hands up in the air while the play was happening. So it's third and 25, still on their own 20-yard line. The Raiders looking to try to move the ball here, but they're kind of sabotaging themselves. Cook back in the shotgun, and he hands it off to Royal, and he runs into his own man, but bounces off and runs to the outside. He's got some room here, and he's still on his feet. Wow, what a nice piece of running there by Royal. And we have a Ram down, and he's on a knee. Trying to see who it is.
Yeah, it looks like Tanner Douglas.
It is Camberley that's down.
Up in Yoakum, they're saying now.
So Ben Yoakum he's up and jogging off the field.
Yeah, Ben had a nice interception
Yeah.
week 1 against the St. Edwards Eagles and created
That
some
was a
nice
nice
momentum for Pine-Richland there.
You would think that St. Edwards catch, that interception would make like a Sports Center top 10 or something.
Oh, by far. I mean,
Yeah, that was a nice
I mean,
catch.
why didn't it? I mean, it was
Yeah,
on
exactly.
ESPN, you know?
Yeah.
So after that run by Royal, he was able to pick up some yardage, able to pick up 6, but it's going to bring up 4th and 19 on their own 26. And back deep to receive for the Rams is
Tanner
Douglas.
Douglas. And back to punt for Seneca Valley. Say it's still in good. Very, very short kick, and it bounces at about the 46-yard line, but takes a Raider roll. And it's going to be down at the 41-yard line of Pine-Richland. So punt didn't look too good to start, but the roll definitely helped.
Yeah, it happens a lot in football. It looks like it doesn't go far, but with the help of the field, it rolls it beyond a little bit, down the field a little more.
Yeah, and like I said, that was a really, really short punt,
Yeah.
and then they ended up picking up another 20 yards.
Yeah, it looked like Tanner Douglas running over to the sideline there. It looked like he wanted no part of that.
No. So the Rams take over. So 1st and 10 on their own 41. Jakovic fakes the handoff, fires deep downfield. He's got Falcone and just overthrows him maybe by 1 or 2 steps. Single coverage with Falcone. You would think by now that Seneca Valley would realize you got to keep two men on him, but Falcone's having a little bit of trouble on the sideline, a little shook up.
Boy, Falcone on the fly route against Briscoe there, and he had him on by a couple of steps, just got overthrown there a little bit.
Jakovic fakes the handoff and cuts it out to the left-hand side, and he had some running room, but he was just barely bumped out of bounds.
Looks like they're working on Falcone's leg down there at about pretty much where that catch or that throw was overthrown. It's down by the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like it's a cramp.
Yep.
Yeah, that heat's definitely, this late in the game, it would definitely be a factor.
It's pounding the turf.
Jakovic back in the shotgun. And they hand the ball off.
Nice.
Crawford, he busts right through the line, and he is gone, my friends. Touchdown Rams.
Nice job by Jordan Crawford there. He found a slit of daylight there in the line. He took it all the way. And your Rams is starting to become a blowout here, 47-20.
You're absolutely right, Brian. Crawford found that hole, and he was gone. He was untouched on a simple play that was designed to maybe pick up 1 or 2 yards. He ends up getting a touchdown.
And it's Jordan Crawford this time, not Ray Falcone.
That's true. That's true. So with 41.8 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, Hanlon on for the extra point. There's the hole, the kick is up, and it is good. So with 41.8 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, your score now reads your Pine-Richland Rams 48, Seneca Valley 20. So Brian, do we have any out-of-town scores that are changing here?
Doesn't. Last time I checked, it was before halftime, but get an update here. Butler is leading Altoona 21-12. Norwin is over, beating Shaler 14-0 as we get a replay here. And as you can see, Crawford finds that bit of daylight there, and he's gone. He was gone, and that increased the lead.
Go gets his first one of the night.
So a little bit of Pirates score here. They are losing 3-2 to the Cincinnati Reds down at PNC.
Well, let's hope the Pirates can get back in there and tie that game up and take the lead. Thank you, Brian. Hanlon with the kickoff, and it's going to be caught at about the 7-yard line. A nice little stutter step to start Peyton Scalos, and he's able to bring it up over the 30-yard line. So decent return there by Scalos.
23-yard return.
So Seneca Valley is going to take over 1st and 10 on their own 31-yard line with 34.2 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
You would think at this time of game that Seneca needs to start scoring in manageable time too, because they got 1 quarter remaining after these 34 seconds are expired here.
You're right, Brian.
Yeah.
And they really haven't had a lot of big plays tonight, and with the time ticking down, you expect like a big play to
they need
be
to
a consistent thing for them?
they need to get some big points. They need to get a score here probably before the quarter's over. If not, they got to get it early in the 4th quarter. And they got to play good defense against one of the best quarterbacks in the country, Phil Dracovic.
Cook back in the shotgun for Seneca. And he hands the ball off to Royal. Runs it out to the left-hand side, and he's able to break a tackle and carry the ball up over the 40 onto about the 42-yard line. First down there for the Raiders. So they move the chains.
Like you were saying earlier, Brian, about Phil, it'll be interesting to see as we got an injury down here.
And they're dropping like flies, guys. I think, again, looks to be another leg issue with those cramps from all this humidity.
So I'll try to get a number on that. It's a Raider. It's down.
Trainers from both teams come out, and as you can see,
Yeah,
AJ Gibron out there with the water, trying to keep everyone hydrated.
Yeah, they're working on that leg of his, probably a little cramp.
Now, with the way the Rams have been scoring pretty prolifically with these big plays, you think they're going to ease back, or you think they're going to keep their foot on the gas and try to run up the score?
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth, Aaron. I was going to say the next.
1 second, man. Just want to let everyone know that Shane Statfeld from Seneca Valley is able to walk off on his own power, but he's limping just a little bit. So again, it looks like a leg cramp. So sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
It'll be interesting to see the next time, next possession for Pine-Richland on offense. If Phil Drakovic's even in the game, I mean they're up by 28 points here, late third quarter. So maybe we'll see Max Davini. Who knows?
That's a good point, Ben. That's a good point. Cook with the handoff to Royal, and took 2 Rams to take him down, but Royal was able to still pick up a couple yards. So that's going to bring up second down. And he picked up 2, and that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. So with the end of that being the third quarter, your score leads, try to say that again, your Rams lead by a score of 48-20 over Seneca Valley. So before we start the fourth quarter here, we just want to again thank everyone for tuning in, not only on our cable stations on Armstrong, but also all around the world for those of you that are watching the Pine-Richland television broadcast streaming live on your tablet, notebook, smartphone, smart TVs, you name it.
There's a lot of technology out there.
Pretty awesome, the audience we get.
So I think the Rams are just going to have to play good defense here, as they've done pretty much all game here. Just keep playing defense, and if you can get more points, get more points. More offense, the better.
Why not?
Yeah.
Things are working, right, Ben?
Yeah, I think the key here for the Rams is you have the game. I don't want to say lock. I'll wait till this play's over.
Cook with the screen pass over to Royal, who stays on his feet, breaks 2 tackles, and he gets close to a first down. Man, that guy can extend a play. I'm sorry, Ben, go ahead.
Well, I think the key for the Rams on both sides of the ball now that the game is, I don't want to say over, but the Rams have it pretty well, or up by 28 over Seneca Valley. I think the key for the rest of the game is for them to stay healthy. You don't want to go all out now that you don't have to. You don't want to take a risk of getting anybody hurt.
Right. This is the time of game where it can definitely happen. Cook in the shock and high snap, but he's able to handle it. Hands it over to Royal, and he bounces off the line. Got a flag on the play. After Royal got a first down.
Looks like in the backfield, line of scrimmage.
Royal got a first down on the previous play, but picked up about 3, but there's a flag on the play.
Royal's been running hard tonight.
And he has just done an excellent job of, there isn't any room in the line.
Holding on the offense, the 10-yard penalty, still first down.
And the line is able to bounce outside and pick up a couple yards, but on that play there was a holding. So that's going to negate that gain that Royal produced. And they're going to move the chains, so it's going to be first and 23 on their own 41 for the Raiders.
Certainly don't want penalties down 28 points. That's the last thing you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to obviously make it harder to score more points.
Certainly.
Hand off to Royal. and he's quickly met at the line. But the guy keeps his feet moving, was able to push the line and pick up a couple yards, pick up 3. But still well short of the line of scrimmage and, of course, the first down. Second and 20.
Looks like down on the, my apologies, Aaron. It looks like on the sideline they got Max Davini warming up. So possible that we could see him the next Pine-Richland possession.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting ready for sure, Ben. Cook back in the shotgun, looks downfield, fires in the middle of the field. The pass is going to be caught complete to number 33, Jake Stebbins.
Oh.
Cook took a shot on that one after he let the ball go.
Well, he's taken a couple shots tonight. He did leave the game earlier tonight, and he's back in. So pick up a 7 on the play, but that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 13. On the 49-yard line of the Raiders, with 10:20 left in the football game. Cook back in the shotgun. Royal to his left. Scallo's in motion. And quickly Cook's pressure. He's able to scramble through. He's got some running room. He's up over the 40, up over the 35. Hits a rim and barrels through up to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Tanner Douglas took a shot there, but he nearly got sacked by Ryan Duran there. He did a good job eluding pressure and got a first down out of it.
Yeah, nice piece of running for sure, Brian. I mean, he definitely put the exclamation point on.
Yeah.
Yeah, as he's done all night, Jack Cook avoids pressure and he finds a way to turn it into a big gain for Seneca Valley.
Bottom line, Jack Cook's a really good quarterback. Cook in the shotgun, hands the ball off to Royal, bounces through the hole in the line, and he's going to be brought down maybe a gain of a yard. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 on the 29-yard line of Pine-Richland.
Just a quick score update here. The Pirates have tied their game with the Cincinnati Reds at 3.
All right, Buccos.
Pirates winning 2 straight after that dreadful losing streak.
Yeah. Yes, let's not talk about that. 2nd and 9 on the 29. Cook in the shotgun. And his partner in crime, Royal to his left. Cook drops back and fires downfield and just barely overthrows his intended receiver, Peyton Scallows.
Looks like Scallows there tried the out route about the 20-yard line, and he just stumbled a little bit and couldn't bring in that pass.
And with that incomplete pass that Ben just mentioned, it's now 3rd down and 9 on the 29 of Pine-Richland with the 9:05 left in the football game. And they fake the handoff to Royal, and then they throw the ball to Royal, and he's able to bounce around. But nice coverage there by Pine-Richland, take him down. Picks up a couple yards, but it's going to be well short of the 1st down. So that's going to bring up 4th down for Seneca.
Nice gang tackling there by the Rams defense. Not allowing Hank Royal the extra breathing room. We've seen what he can do with that throughout the night.
So with 8:30 remaining, the Rams still lead 48-20. 4th and 7 on the 27 of Pine-Richland. Seneca's going for it, and Cook drops back to throw, and he's got some running room, but he fires down the middle of the field, in and out of the hands of his receiver. What a nice throw there by Cook, but his receiver just couldn't hold on to the ball. Peyton Scallows again, so close, but yet, whatever that cliche is.
So far.
So with that, incomplete pass, turnover on down, so the Rams are going to take over on offense on their own 27-yard line, and like Ben was mentioning before, there's going to probably be some substitutions in the game.
Yep, Max Davini is in at quarterback.
Yeah, Max Davini's a senior. He spent some time as a backup to Danucci, and there's the shot of our beautiful band there. Spent some time backupping for Ben Danucci.
And Max hands the ball off. Trying to see who. And Luke Meckler with the the carry on the play.
He's a freshman.
Freshman Luke Meckler.
Yeah.
Wow. You don't hear that too often in varsity football games, a freshman coming up in.
Yeah, Max is not the type of runner Phil is, but he can throw that ball. He's much more of a pocket passer.
So if he gets pressured, he's not going to scramble as well as Phil. Vinny back in the shotgun. He fakes, then fires downfield. Incomplete pass. His intended receiver was tangled up on the sideline.
Looked like a little miscommunication there, or an overthrow there. Maybe expecting him to run a corner, run to the corner there, and he overthrew it.
So it brings down 3rd down and 8. And it looks like we have another new quarterback in there.
Nope, still to Vinny.
And a pitch.
Uh-oh.
Fumbled. And who comes up with the football? The Rams recover. After the pitch was fumbled, the Rams are able to recover it. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
And if anything, the Raiders, for the Raiders to hang their hat on, I mean, Hank Royal and Jack Cook have played very well tonight and have made this game interesting. And unfortunately for them, their defense was unable to come up with some key stops, and Pine-Richland was able to pull away early in the 3rd quarter.
And of course, the Rams do have a very, very strong offense.
The Rams had a substitution error, and there's going to be timeout called, it looks like. Or is it? Yeah, timeout Pine-Richland as the play clock was expiring.
Good observation there, Ryan. Didn't even notice that the clock was winding down that far. And there goes AJ back out on the field for more water.
He's done a great job tonight.
Very busy man tonight, Mr. Gibron. Also a member of the PRTV crew here.
Yeah, a very big PRTV crew here. It's great to have a lot of representatives here. Another factoid here. We officially started up our PRTV club here at the high school
that is right.
yesterday afternoon.
And it's kind of ironic we started it up on the 20th anniversary of Pine-Richland. So 20 years ago, back in good old 1996, Pine-Richland's television program started.
That was before my day, about a year.
Yeah, I was still in high school.
It's great to see that those of you that don't attend high school, we have a newspaper called The Rampage, and it's great to see that the PRTV classes are in a partnership with The Rampage to get news stories for our morning announcements here at the high school.
And if you haven't picked up a Rampage, you should pick up a Rampage, those of you that are in the high school, but also go on their website. So back to punt. It's Cambelet, a low punt, and it's going to bounce at the 50 and take a Rams bounce. And it's going to bounce right past Peyton Scalos and take the Rams roll to about the 39-yard line. They're going to down the ball. So Seneca's going to take over on their own 39 with 6:25 remaining in the football game. Now, do you guys expect Seneca Valley to maybe start substituting some players in, or do you think they're going to stick with their starters?
I think they're going to try to eliminate the injury chance because it is really humid out here, and they just don't want to get injuries. So I could expect some substitutions.
Yeah, I would expect maybe they would run maybe a substitution.
Well, Cook's still in the game, but they took Royal out, at least for that first play, and they had Noah Mancuso in.
As I was saying, I wouldn't think that they would, even if, well, as we see, they've kept Cook in the game. I think that they're going to run the ball more than not try as many deep balls. They don't want to expose Jack to any injury-prone position. So.
Cook back in the shotgun. He's still there. Low snap, and he handles it well and scrambles out to the right side of the field. He breaks a couple tackles, goes up over the 50 and on down to about the 47-yard line. So a first down run there by Jack Cook. And they're going to actually spot the ball at the 45. So a very nice run there by Jack Cook. So 1st and 10 with 5:35 remaining in the football game.
Turned out to be a pretty clear night.
Yeah, we didn't get the rain we were supposed to. Cook back in the shotgun. Drops back, looks to Royal, and the ball's picked off.
Nice.
Tanner Douglas carries it up over the 50, and he's still on his feet, going over to the 45-30, and it looks like he's going to be pushed out of bounds at about maybe the 31-yard line. So maybe another miscommunication there by the Raider offense, because the intended receiver appeared to be Hank Royal, and he just didn't turn around.
Yeah, excuse me, Tanner Douglas was with his 3rd interception in 2 games. Jack Cook looked like he was just trying to float it up there off his back foot, and Tanner Douglas was standing there waiting for the ball, dropped in his hands, and he took it like a piece of candy.
Good piece of candy. So the Rams will take over with 5:09 remaining, 1st and 10 on the Raiders' 31-yard line. And they hand the ball off. And Luke Meckler, the freshman, runs the ball up to about the 25-yard line. And they're actually going to spot it back at the 27. So pick up a 4 on the play. 2nd down for the Rams. Brian, can you see who's in the quarterback for the Rams now?
Yep, it's still Devaney.
Max Devaney still in for the Rams. Devaney takes the snap, hands the ball off, and I want to say Meckler didn't get much at all, if not anything.
No, they were right on him as soon as he got the ball.
3rd and 6, so no gain on the play, actually loss. So that's going to 3-yard loss on the play. So we bring up 3rd down and 11 on the 28. 3rd and 7, I'm sorry. Loss of 1 yard. So a pitch over. And a nice piece of running there by the Rams. And Meckler received that pitch, and a nice piece of running there for Meckler. Was able to pick up the 1st down.
Good job by Max there, handling the snap and being able to get that little shovel pass off. And
yeah, he put it in the right spot, hit Meckler in motion, and Meckler was able to pick up that 1st down.
It doesn't seem like the Rams are wanting to stick with 48 points. They want to keep scoring.
Well, like you said, they started subbing in some players, and they definitely want to take advantage of the opportunity. So 1st and 10 on the 18 of Seneca, and we got a flag on the play. And Meckler got the ball. He's going to be brought down at about the 18-yard line, but there was a flag on the play.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
penalty against Pine-Richland.
So the Rams are guilty of a penalty. They're going to move the ball back 5 yards, so it's going to be 1st and 15 on the 23 with 3:10 remaining in the football game, with your Rams still leading 48-20.
I've been really impressed with Tanner Douglas's play over the second half of the last game and this game.
And Devaney hands the ball off, and looks like Meckler's going to get hit for a loss on the play. No, they're going to give him a gain of 2, so they got forward progress on the play. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 13. And Devaney looks to the sideline for the play. Meckler to his left, takes a snap, pitches it over to Meckler again. He's able to break a tackle and get up over the original line of scrimmage and maybe pick up another yard before he's driven out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. So there's going to be a pickup of 2. That's going to bring up 3rd down. No, they're going to give him 4 yards. 3rd down and 9. Maybe one of these days I'll get that right.
It'll be interesting to see what Max does here. Does he put the ball in the air, maybe get himself a part in on the action of the touchdown passes?
Nope, not this time. He hands the ball off again. If the ball came loose, nope, Meckler was just driven backwards, so it's going to bring up 4th down. And Meckler's actually going to be hit with a 2-yard loss. It's going to bring up 4th down. So with a little under 2 minutes, down to 1:55 in the football game, it brings a 4th down and 11 on the 19-yard line. And the Rams are going to be going for it here as Deviney looks into the sideline for the play. Play clock winds down to 14 seconds. And looks like the Rams are going to let this run down and maybe call a timeout or take the penalty. And the Rams are going to
Call a timeout.
call a timeout. So with that timeout, Brian, you got any scores for us or any updates?
Well, the high school football games haven't been updated, but not so good news from the Pirates. They're trailing the Cincinnati Reds 4-3 in the middle of the 9th inning, so they have some work to do.
Maybe they can have some 9th inning magic.
So following tonight's game, the Rams are going to travel to Penn Hills next Friday, and then they'll return home the following week on September 23rd to play Bethel Park. And then a week after that, look out, because the last 2 years have been amazing games. They play Central Catholic down in Pittsburgh again. So
down at Highmark Stadium.
I'm not quite sure on that yet, but
the name, yeah.
I could see that. I could see it being played at Highmark. They've been great games last 2 years, and hopefully the Rams will have a good game against the next 3 teams and the rest of the season.
All right, thank you, Brian. Definitely looking forward to those games. And him for the field goal attempt. It's long.
Are you kidding me?
It's high enough, and it's good enough. So a nice field goal there by the Rams to get 3 more points on the board. So with 1:18 left in the football game, your Rams now lead the Seneca Valley Raiders by a score of 51-20.
Yeah, Vittorio Orsini with that field goal, number 27.
Now, is he one of the kickers that they've used in the past for field goals, or is he just someone that they've just tried out tonight?
Yeah, I think it's someone they tried out. He's a soccer player, so it looks like they're trying to shuffle in a bunch of different soccer players and see who. Chris Hanlon's done a great job tonight, but great to see a nice field goal from Vittorio.
It was a nice kick, perfect.
And Pine-Richland has surpassed 50 points against Seneca Valley in 2 of the last 3 games they've played against them. Now they did it once. They put 56 up on them in Seneca Valley, and now they've done it here, and they have 51 on the board.
So last season, the Rams, to go off of Ben's point here, the Rams beat the Titans 35-28. That was a barn burner. We remember that game from last year. If not, you can go on our on-demand page.
Back to football action here. And the kickoff is fielded at the 10-yard line. And Seneca brings it up to about the 30-yard line. So a nice run or return there by Peyton Scallos. And the ball is going to be spotted at the 27-yard line with 1:11 remaining in the football game.
Great job by that PR defense tonight, just not letting go of the rope and keeping after it with Jack Cook. I've been really impressed with Tanner Douglas. He has 3 interceptions in the past 2 games, and last game against Mount Lebanon he had 2 big interceptions and fought off some adversity there, and he gave a speech before that game. Eric Kasparovich was talking about not letting go of the rope, and they haven't done that in these past 2 games.
And we got a loose football here, and the Rams are going to recover. So Seneca Valley coughs up the football, and the Rams are going to recover the football. I don't know, Brian, did you see who picked it up for the Rams?
I did not.
Looks like the fifth turnover.
It was Vincent Tierno, a sophomore, who recovered that fumble.
Fifth takeaway for Pine-Richland tonight.
That's number 5, okay. So with that turnover, the Rams offense comes back out on the field already after having scored the 3 points from the field goal. And with 1:03 remaining in the football game, the Rams will take over 1st and 10 on Seneca Valley's 36-yard line.
Looks like maybe a kneel down, a couple kneel downs, and that'll do it.
You are right, legend. The legend speaks. The legend is correct. And with that kneel, they're going to let the clock run down.
What a game by Pine-Richland all around. Nice field goal by Orsini. Nice offense, Dracovic, Crawford, just all around great game by Pine-Richland. And it might have been a little humid out there, but unlike last year's home opener, there was no rain or thunderstorms.
That's right. This guy to my left here, he was the one who spotted it last year, and we had that delay where we almost didn't have the game. The Rams line up again, take the knee, and that should do it, my friends. So as the clock winds down, the Rams march off the field victorious. So with that, as the clock winds down, the Rams are congratulating one another. Your Pine-Richland Rams have defeated the Seneca Valley Raiders tonight by a score of 51-20. A game dominated by a lot of turnovers and a lot of offensive explosions by the Pine-Richland Rams and some nice plays by the defense. The Rams come home with a huge victory, and they conclude the game on a night that was supposed to be rainy. Instead, it was very, very hot and humid. So excellent job to my partners here, guys. Now, with the Rams going to Penn Hills next week. Now, Penn Hills, from what I've read and from what I've seen, they are a really, really dangerous team this year. So with this big victory tonight, Brian, how are the Rams going to build off of this momentum facing a team with Penn Hills' speed next week at Penn Hills?
Well, they got a lot of offense tonight, great defense, good special teams. I just think that they got to practice this week. A few little problems, but that's all right. They still got the win. They're going to go to Penn Hills, who's a tough team, and they're going to play the best they can, and hopefully they'll get the win out of this.
Well, with the offense being spoken for from Brian, what about the Rams' defense? Now, granted, the Rams only gave up 20 points tonight, but some of the plays they did give up, especially to Hank Royal, who really was impressive with his runs, Ben. So what about the defensive side of the game? How are they going to impact, or how's that going to impact against Penn Hills?
Well, I think I was watching their game against Butler, and they do run a lot of jet sweeps, and they'll try to use the running game to confuse you. So I think it's on the defense. They just have to stay disciplined and do some of what they did better at towards the later part of the game. We saw Jack Cook had that option pitch to Hank Royal there for the touchdown, and they were able to stop that later in the game. So I think that they just have to, stay disciplined, and they should be fine. Playoff rematch from last year in the first round.
Right.
So there should be some not good feelings from Penn Hills, I would imagine, in their place. So it'll be a good challenge for them. Hopefully they can build upon last week this week. But yeah, I would say just enjoy the game, enjoy the win tonight, and get back to work on Monday.
Absolutely, and especially with Penn, like you mentioned, with Penn Hills, the game next week, they're going to have, some painful memories from the playoff games, and a big reason to step things up next week. So that's going to wrap things up for us tonight here at Pine-Richland Television. I hope you enjoyed our coverage of tonight's game between your Pine-Richland Rams and the Seneca Valley Raiders. Be sure to tune in 2 weeks, where we'll be coming back to you live here from Pine-Richland Stadium, and also live streaming on the internet or on your smartphone, smart TV, all those smart things. So for myself, Ben Lambert, Brian Kerp, have a wonderful night, everybody. Be safe, have a great weekend, and we'll catch you later. Good night.